And welcome back to episode 7 of Suplex
Biddies.
Biddies.
Le Biddies.
Brought to you by Couch Guy Sports. Make sure to go check everything out on Couch Guy Sports as well. Use the internet one time. Trust me, it'll be well worth it.
It's like 8 letters, dude. Just do it. Yeah.
INTERNET. Internet. Got it. Yeah. So we're just gonna talk NXT Takeover. Just give our thoughts on night 1 and night 2. Which bravo to WWE and NXT because they always put on great shows. But this is probably one of my favorite Takeover cards that we've had in a while.
Yeah, it was good.
So. Let's go right off the bat. Start with night 1. Let's do Pete Dunne and Kushida. Pete Dunne beat Kushida. Great overall showing. I want to get thoughts on that, which started off night 1, which was on the USA Network. Start with my good friend Hunneman. Hunneman, give me your thoughts on Pete Dunne and Kushida.
Well, I think the right guy won. It's a good opener. It's one of them technical master classes of them just getting one up in the other and countering everything they could throw at each other. And then Dunne comes in and just pulls off the I wouldn't say it's an upset or anything like that, but the right guy won. They went about 10, 11 minutes, got the crowd pumped, got the audience at home ready for, what was to come. And the first thing too, that I just want to point out, is the first night was on USA, so there was commercial breaks. It only went 2 hours. So the match run times kind of fluctuated a little bit. Certain things should have went longer, certain things should have went shorter. But night 2 being on Peacock, I think was the right call. So carry on, sorry.
No, I think personally, just from a bystander and watching the product, I thought Pete Dunne and Kushida was, it was a little over 10 minutes, but it was a good way to start off the show, especially like Harmon said, with the commercial breaks and stuff like that. It's a big thing to consider, especially with the fact that takeovers usually are on the network. Now it's going to be on Peacock, so they have a lot more time to do matches and stuff like that. But with the fact that they got to separate it into 2 nights, it got to show more talent that they have on the roster. Mm-hmm. So I think this was good for both Pete Dunne and Kushida because I think Pete Dunne is going to be personally the next one that will get to face the NXT champion. And I actually think Kushida is going to be in line for a Cruiserweight championship at some point as well.
That would be good. It's surprising he hasn't mixed it up more with the Cruiserweights so far.
We'll see.
But I think they will.
This could be the start. Diego, what were your thoughts on Pete Dunne and Kushida?
No,
excuse me. Hold on. Let me rephrase you by your name correctly.
Sure.
Titus O'Neil was tripped on purpose. What did you think of? What did you think of Pete Dunne and Kushida?
Fixes in, baby.
They delivered the product, man. They did what they needed to do, and Pete Dunne. When he's ready to finish somebody, what are 2 things that you're looking forward to him to finish somebody? Snapping somebody's fingers back and hitting the bitter end of day, match is over. So, as you guys mentioned, for it to just be ended 10 minutes or so with the commercial breaks and whatnot, kudos to those 2 guys. And I agree with what you said about Pete Dunne. He needs to be the next person that NXT kind of pushes up as he continues to develop. So you guys just hit it right in the head for 10 minutes. There's really not that much you can say after that. They just deliver a good product. So.
At the end of the day, I do think it should be Pete Dunne, but NXT kind of is very predictable in the aspect of whoever wins the main match that's not the title fight would get the next shot. Mm-hmm. So potentially the winner of O'Reilly and Adam Cole, which we'll talk about in a little bit, could potentially get the next shot at whoever the champion is for NXT. So plenty of different aspects that they could go about with that. But let's move on. Let's do the 6-man Gauntlet Eliminator match. We had Bronson Reed beat Isaiah Swerve Scott, Cameron Grimes, LA Knight, Dexter Lumis, and Leon Ruff.
Mm-hmm. We were wrong. by the way.
We were very wrong.
For the record, I did mention I'd like to see who won one. No one else said anything, but yeah, we did not. Apparently, we don't know what the hell we're talking about once in a while.
Well, it's good. We like
keeps
that.
us on our toes.
Exactly. Diego, I know you were big on the Cameron Grimes hype train. What was your thoughts on not only Bronson Reed winning, but Cameron Grimes finishing? I think third?
Yeah, he finished third. I mean, it was a heartbreaker seeing him and like beat down in third place. I thought throughout the whole match, like he put out such a good fight and whatnot, and for him to just beat down at third, I'm like, you did all of that and you didn't finish.
Well,
Coffees for closers.
The LA Knight thing was like he came out, was just going off on people. It looked pretty good. He was getting a lot of offense in, and then it was cool to see everyone in the match kind of be like, I fucking hate this guy. Let's just beat him up. So they just beat him down, and the only reason he ended up losing, because he looked like he was going to be the favorite, was because they all decided that, hey, this is the day that he's done. We're getting rid of this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I love that he and Swerve Scott kind of joined forces to kind of punish Ruff along the way, but after that, it was just like, what the hell? How do you end third after putting up such a good strategy here to just kind of get things going? Come on,
Big money Grimes.
Yeah, big money
Grimes. I think the only thing I had wrong and didn't like about this, obviously Bronson Reed, cool. I think he's going to be NXT's next Keith Lee in aspects. That's what they're pushing him to be right now.
Yeah, he's like if Keith Lee and Roman Reigns had a child.
But if unless they're doing, which I think they're going to be doing, Dexter Lumis and LA Knight is the next feud. It just was. I thought Lumis should have won that hands down easily.
Yeah. I guess they decided to go a different route, like you were saying. His push kind of goes, fluctuates like we touched upon before. So this kind of feels like the case where it might just be going in that different direction. And you're going to give LA Knight his first guy to, he pinned him, if I remember correctly. So you're starting off that feud pretty hot.
Lumis had the silence on Grimes, and LA Knight literally came, rolled over him, had his feet on the rope, had to adjust himself, and then literally pinned Lumis 1, 2, 3. Okay. And as he's taunting Lumis, in comes Grimes, in comes first Scott, then Grimes, and then Bronson Reed, and then he gets eliminated. So obviously it looks like they're going to set up LA Knight versus Dexter Lumis, which I think would be very good because old TNA guys, Eli Drake versus Sam Shaw, potential.
Oh yeah, his name was Sam Shaw.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah. I knew that.
Okay. Wasn't great as Sam Shaw. I won't lie to you.
Well, now he's got a mustache and like jeans, so it's pretty good.
But
that's the recipe. For the kids that are just getting started in their adult world, mustache, jeans. Every job interview, doesn't even matter if you wear a shirt. Just go.
No, stop. It matters if you wear a shirt. You need to wear a shirt at the job.
Actually, you know what gets you the job? Just show the nipples, right, Honeyman? Just show the nipples.
Dude, we doing nipples tonight?
Are you kidding me? We were looking for a third guy for this, and Honeyman literally came in with nothing but a half tank on with his nipples out. And Diego's like,
Jones, you're our guy. You told me, you said, describe yourself in one word, and I said hired, and you were like, all right, this is it, sold.
Even better, yeah, one of those. But yeah, no, I mean, listen, shout out Bronson Reed, and we'll touch upon him versus Johnny Gargano in night 2 when we get to night 2. But let's move on to the NXT UK Championship match. Walter and Tommaso Ciampa. The fact that this was on cable television was ridiculous.
Twas a banger. That's still my match of both nights so far, and still might be the match of the weekend. Yep. It was. I love Walter, man. He's so good.
I think the only thing that people would have gripe on is the fact that legitimately Walter literally pinned him after a chop. Literally hit him with one of his like wicked hard chops.
But those people chops, though, holy hell!
Yeah, that's Diego's first experience of hearing that chop. Oh, it's dangerous.
Oh my god! I was just like, what the fuck,
dude? It's so I don't know how much money it would take for me to take that chop, but it's up there.
Well, I'm black again. Jesus.
Joe, come on, dude.
It happens every episode, man. I fade to black. It happens. But basically what happened, in my opinion, was literally Walter picked him up and suplexed him right on his neck. That has been, that has been worked on repeatedly. He has neck issues. And then he hits him with the chop, and the chop literally knocked him out for good. With a 1, 2, 3. Legitimately, for just under 17 minutes, I was sports entertained the entire time.
I mean, even the kick square to Tommaso's face, like after picking him up by the neck like that, like that's gonna hurt somehow, some way. Like that's gotta leave some lasting pain after that.
And it's not even like Walter's like this buff dude. He's just a dad bod that can wrestle, and it's great. Gives hope to my friend Hahnemann. Dad bod can wrestle.
He has like a very interesting. I mean, he looks like it's just some big dude in trunks, and he's got the flab, but like the abs are just kind of chilling there.
JBL,
and you can see it. Yeah, dude. Hey, it works. It works. If I can get abs that just flap around, and you can see it. I'll start chopping. I'll start chopping everybody. We'll get him for one of the punishments for whoever fails in their predictions. Let's get Walter to chop you. That'd be great.
Oh
my god,
yuckers!
Oh my god,
that sounds like it hurt. Diego, any other thoughts on this match? Because Hahnemann and I thought this.
So
I thought this was a 5 out of 5.
I don't want to talk about it because I want people just to go watch it.
Yeah.
Like if you take anything from anything we've said these last 7 episodes, including this one right here, go watch that damn match. Just what are you doing? Pause this, watch that, come back. Good. Just do that. And thank us later.
I feel elated. No, I mean, other than that, I mean, what else can you say? The power bombs, the chops, the kicks. I mean, yeah, I mean, not much else you can say.
Just you got to watch it. It's unbelievable. Definitely 5. I would say 5 out of 5 masterpiece for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's move into the NXT Tag Team Triple Threat match. Twas MSK beating the Grizzled Young Vets and Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah.
Another very quality match. If it wasn't on cable television, it would have went an extra 5 minutes, and I think it would have been a little bit better. But overall, personally, I liked it.
Talk about a sprint, man! Holy crap! I know everyone. I always mess up their names, but Legado del Fantasma, the team itself with Mendoza and Wild.
Yeah.
Everyone, myself and I think a few of us included, maybe Diego was a fan, but we were kind of like, they kind of feel like a throw-in. Hopefully they dominated the first half of the match.
Yeah.
They looked great the entire time. And, shame on me for saying it's a throw-in because they didn't want to do Grizzled Vets versus MSK again. But they all played fantastically off each other. The right team won, as we I think Jones and I predicted that.
Diego got it too.
Yeah,
Diego was like,
okay.
Diego's like, I want to go Legado, but I'm taking MSK.
I'm taking MSK.
Yeah. I mean, that's where we redeemed ourselves from the previous
Gauntlet.
match. Yeah.
But yeah, I think again, another good match. The NXT does so well with their tag division, and the main roster just kind of doesn't. So it's nice to see them get the highlights, and it's on par with AEW to an extent with that tag division. So I loved it.
Diego?
Awkward silence in the middle. I mean, yeah, I mean, we just said it, I really wanted Legado del Fantasma to win. It kind of felt like maybe along the storyline, it would have been cool to see them win. But I mean, MSK's MSK. It was one of the most talented teams there that really deserved it to win. And I mean, the three of us called it too. It's one of those that you really just can't take away from them right now. They're red hot, and they should continue to stay that way.
Yeah,
I even think if they were to face Birch and only, I think they would have beat them to the tag titles.
I think we all felt the same way. And then Lurch.
Yeah, Lurch.
Dude, it's been a long week. One of them got hurt.
Lurch.
Danny Birch.
Danny Birch hurt his shoulder. So here you go.
Yeah.
Danny Birch carrying crossed himself. But at points, dude, I sat there and I go, I don't know who's gonna win. It could literally be any one of these teams.
Yep.
I was like, that was the first time sitting down and watching a wrestling match in quite a long time. I had no idea who's gonna win.
Yeah, literally, it was a crapshoot. Especially anytime there's an injury, you never know if they're gonna pull a swerve out. So,
hey. Speaking of swerve, let's swerve into the main event in night one. The NXT Women's Championship.
Boo.
Transitions.
Trash. All right, sorry, Carrie.
Yeah, I know you are.
Thanks, bud.
The NXT Women's Championship, Raquel Gonzalez, can't even say her name right, is our new NXT Women's Champion. She beat Io Shirai. Diego, I'm going to start with you here. Give me your thoughts on the main event in that one.
I mean, we expected it. We expected Raquel Gonzalez to look dominant, to be nothing but physical, to be a force to be reckoned with, and that's exactly what she kind of showed. Io Shirai, in my opinion, really didn't have much of a beat in this match. In fact, she was beaten down. She was squashed. So it's one of those awkward transitions that NXT often gives you, but you kind of take it. It's one of those that Heineman was kind of calling, that he expected a title switch here to be happening. And that's just exactly it. I like Raquel and all, but just her dominance in this match was just unbelievable. Io Shirai didn't have a single breath under her name at that point.
What a back.
What a back. Dude, that's one of the best backs I've ever seen. I think the right person won. Is a little shorter than it could have been. I think they ran out of time for the TV time and everything, which is too bad because I think they went like 12, 13 minutes. But there was a couple miscues along the way that you saw. Growing pains for Raquel, where, they had the moonsault of Shirai hitting her on the outside where you could tell that Raquel was supposed to catch her and throw her into the post. But instead of sitting there pausing and wondering what to do, Shirai went with it, went back up and did it. So they set up the spot anyway. They got it in there. So she had a few missteps. She's younger, so it happens. But I just think that match proved Shirai is a top 3 woman in NXT of all time.
For sure.
I think already. And she's only been there for like a year, maybe a year and a half. I put her up there with Baszler, Oscar, and I just think she's so damn good, man. And she brought the best out of Raquel.
I'm nervous that they're going to call Io Shirai up to the main roster. I really am.
Oscar needs a friend.
I'm really scared that they're going to call Io Shirai up to the main roster.
If they do, just hopefully they don't screw it up because the women's division in NXT could handle losing her. But Raw really can't afford to mess someone else up like that.
No.
Who is Gonzalez's first challenger?
Oof.
If it's not a rematch with Shirai, if we
want to go into speculation, it's going to be the one who's debuting on Tuesday, I think. Taya Valkyrie and her new gimmick.
Okay.
They have her with her boots and the puppy.
Yep.
I forget what it said for her new name was for her WWE name, but I think
it was
they'll want to push her.
I was looking at it. Any potential on it being Shotzi Blackheart?
Could be. I mean, she's still already the tag champs, which will carry on into the next night, which I just spoiled the match, but everyone already knows by now because you're smart and you watched everything. So,
Yeah. I just think the big thing is the era of Raquel, however you want to pronounce it.
I think it's Raquel. I'm just going to stick with that.
It's Raquel. Yeah, it is.
I don't know why we don't ask Diego. He's right there.
Yeah, Raquel's sexy back. See, he gets it.
Listen, you know what I would love to see?
Name it. I'll make it happen right now.
I actually would love to see.
You want a PS5? I'll mail it to you.
Oh, don't you stop. Send it up the street.
Don't you start. Yeah, don't you start. Absolutely. Don't you start. Even though Zoe Stark would be a good one against Dakota Kai. I mean, not Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez. I kind of want to see a heel turn here by Dakota Kai.
Well, I mean, you mean? I feel like they've been teetering in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So here's my thought process on that.
Before you go on, Jones, real quick, Zoe Stark did beat Toni Storm on the pre-show, which is a really big win.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know we didn't touch upon that, but Zoe Stark has looked unbelievable since she started up. So beating Toni Storm already. She just challenged for the women's championship like a month ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Zoe Stark versus Raquel Gonzalez would be a battle of the sexy backs. Who has the hardest flex?
Yeah. No, I mean, I just think my thought process here is they're gonna have Raquel versus a couple people, but then on the road to the takeover before SummerSlam is when they're gonna do Raquel. I keep doing it. Raquel and Dakota Kai.
You think so?
Some things you just can't help.
I mean, that story writes itself, depending on how you want to do, like who you want to turn face and who you want to turn heel.
I think honestly, I think you should turn Gonzalez face and have her just be the face of the division.
Okay. Yeah, because then you could have her beat her down and say, you wouldn't have been here without me, and then vice versa. I'm at the top. I don't need you anymore. Boom. And then there's your feud. So.
Yep.
But no, I mean, I think the only gripe I had with that match, Hunterman said it earlier, was the amount of time that they have. If this was on night 2, this would have been an absolute banger. Oh, if this was on Peacock, this would have been one of the best matches of the weekend. But
limited to time constraints, but they delivered with what they had.
Again, we'll see what happens. Let's move it to night 2. Peacock.
They had another pre-show match, just so we can get that out of the way. It didn't really matter. It mattered because it crowned the new number 1 contender for the tag team championship. Killian Dane and Drake Maverick defeated Breezango. So now you'll see them face MSK down the line, which Killian Dane works fantastically with, smaller, agile guys. And they already had a nice match in the Dusty Classic. So another match to look forward to coming up.
That'll be in the next couple of weeks on NXT.
On Tuesday nights NXT, because they're moving as of Tuesday.
Yep. A full week of wrestling. It's gonna be great.
Is it?
No.
It's kind of. It's fine. There's always something you can watch. Something you can always watch.
Let's move on to the first match of the night. The NXT Undisputed Cruiserweight Championship ladder match. Santos Escobar and Jordan Devlin. For starters, big shout out to our good friend Diego Galvez here, who correctly called Santos Escobar winning the title. So I'm gonna start with him. Diego, what were your thoughts on that match as a whole?
When I saw that Santos won, I was like, I pulled one out of my ass and it worked.
My favorite.
Because honestly, both of you guys were like Jordan Devlin. I was like, I gotta be that one to go be the one get ragged on. And
it works.
Hey, listen, this time it worked. Honestly, I Santos kind of impressed me more than what I thought he was going to be impressing on, and man, I don't know what else to say other than
it was a ladder match. It could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
You want to open up with something that's going to keep people drawn and get their attention.
I mean, I appreciated the acrobatics behind it as well, like the moonsault and all that stuff. Like, I appreciate it, but I agree with you. Like it could have delivered a little bit more, especially from a ladder match.
It was still good, but I feel like it was a very bare ladder match. I can't remember anything that really stuck out spot wise. So outside of the ending, I should say.
I think my only gripe with the match, I thought it was great. I think both of them are very talented. I think their chemistry together it just looked awkward with seeing them two in the ring. Obviously, if they were to have more matches down the line, I feel like it would be better. And, it would be an absolute banger. But I just think the chemistry was lackluster in that. And I think that's why we saw what we saw in the ladder match. And that's why it wasn't as memorable as people thought it was going to be. People thought it was going to be a legitimate banger to start off the show. And it was not, unfortunately. Yeah. It was still good. It wasn't very good. But shout out to Santos Escobar, who is the undisputed NXT Cruiserweight champion. Yep. And hopefully he has Kushida knocking on his door, because that's a match I would like to see.
I would love to see that.
And a possible no concussion, because after that headbutt, holy crap.
True.
Nah, dude. If it's anything like Raw, SmackDown 06, he'll be out for 2 weeks. He'll be fine.
Multiple concussions, only 2 weeks out. That's fine. You're fine.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship match. Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart, who were the champions, retain against the Way, Candice LeRae, and Indy Hartwell. What were thoughts on that? I mean, I just thought it was lackluster, to be honest with you.
It was fine for what it was. I mean, you had to have that women's match for the second night. You want to give them equal highlights and everything and equal showcasing of their talents. It seemed short, but it was a sprint, and I feel like Ember Moon held the entire thing together just as the veteran presence. You could, again, it's one of those things where you can kind of see the miscues here and there with the live stuff, and I think she just is that grizzled face vet that just kept everything moving. Everything turned out the way it was supposed to, and then they retain and they can continue their reign. And you're going to get another single star out of Shotzi Blackheart if she stops doing dives outside the ring where she almost breaks something every time. Every time she does a dive, it's like Lita back in the day. You think she's going to break her neck. So besides that,
agreed.
I
mean, I can't wait for when Ember Moon just turns on Shotzi Blackheart and we get that feud, because that would be an absolute banger. We know it's going to happen.
That would be good.
But I just think, Indy Hartwell's got a long way to go. She's still relatively young in this situation.
Yep.
And I think Candice LeRae did a great job. Obviously, the miscues here and there, like you said, but it was just so lackluster. It was a little over 10 minutes, and it just kind of was like a fill-in before the next 3 matches, which are absolute bangers, in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, you had to have a scapegoat to kind of like calm everyone down and reset after. I mean, both shows are great. First 2 matches could have been better for night 2, but they definitely capitalized on the following ones, as you were about to say.
All right. Diego, did you have any thoughts on it? Did we cut you off?
No. You guys mentioned exactly what I was going to say. I mean, the only thing that I could say was that this match started really explosive and then a bunch of miscues after that. And to Hanneman's point, if it wasn't for Ember Moon kind of keeping it glued together, this match could have been even more lackluster than what it was. So,
All right, let's move into the NXT North American Championship match. Johnny Gargano with Austin Theory retains, beats Bronson Reed. I get it. It just stinks because I think Bronson Reed should have won the title.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was another one of those ones where Gargano, the ever important veteran, kept the thing together. And I know we keep saying miscues, like we're bad, like we're mad at the product, but so Bronson Reed, you can tell he's still newer. You wonder if, because that's clearly his best match of NXT so far that he's had. Mm-hmm. So you hope he can keep up that work level, but it's tough when Johnny Gargano can just bring out the best in everybody. So you can see his potential, what he can do. And then along the way, you can still see some stuff that he needs to work on, just like the other matches with a lot of the young guys. So I love that NXT's keeping those young guys in there. So I do kind of wish you saw the title change, because, I mean, Gargano's great, but, would have been nice to have another face. Bronson Reed, I'm a big fan of his. So, more to come for him. Might be a tag team thing, might be a North American Championship thing again, multi-man ladder match, whatever it is. But he's got a very high upside, and you saw that very prominently in that match.
Yep. Yeah, to me, this match was literally a colossal matchup between dominance and technicality. Bronson Reed, obviously dominant force right there, was incredibly powerful throughout the matchup and whatnot, but it was Gargano's experience and technicality,
tenacity, grit, integrity, whatever.
Knowing exactly where to focus at. He kept focusing on the back injury that Bronson Reed picked up the night before. Kept doing backstabbers, kept doing a bunch of other moves that eventually just weakened out Bronson Reed, and that's what he was able to finish where he finished. So,
and that's the other thing too. You can always make another story if they want to do that match again. Oh well, he already wrestled twice that weekend. Of course, he's gonna lose. So set up however you want.
I mean, it's just at the end of the day, it's just Johnny fucking wrestling, man. He's just so good, and I'm so glad that he's staying on NXT, because the main roster would fuck him so bad.
It did. Remember they called him up for like a week? Never mind.
Yeah, no. Stay down. But no, obviously, like, this is what happened with Keith Lee, too. It's literally the same exact thing. He loses to Gargano, and the first time they fight, and then they're going to fight again, and he'll win. So I think Bronson Reed, we'll see more Bronson Reed, and he'll be an NXT North American champion by the end of June, guaranteed.
Yep.
Let's move into the co-main event, which I don't know if it surprised you guys, but it definitely surprised me. the NXT Championship match. Karrion Kross, new NXT champion, defeating Finn Balor. Both Hunman and Diego did call Karrion Kross winning.
Fucking yuck. I just don't like him, man. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I didn't want to pick him because I don't like him. Could he kick my ass? Could he suplex me all over Saugus, Massachusetts, or wherever he wanted? Absolutely. Fuck him.
Do I have to like him? No.
He's doing his job. That's why I hate him.
I think the only thing is this is going to be the start of a very long title reign for Karrion Kross.
Long, tedious Jinder Mahal-like title reign for the world champion of your brand.
Don't compare him to Jinder Mahal, dude. Come on.
I think Jinder's better. Maharaja.
I'll leave this call right now.
Shanti.
Diego,
I'm done.
Him.
You guys talk
mute
about it. I don't even want to talk about this. Mute him. I'll mute myself.
Shanti.
Dude, I think Karrion Kross is about to go on a run that we were going to see before he got hurt. So I think personally, it sucks for Finn. I fucking hate this kid. I hope that they don't call Balor up on the main roster. I hope the next feud we get is Balor and Walter, which would be chef's kiss if that was the case. So potentially hoping to see that after the NXT UK title soon. But just get ready. I'm curious to see who they're going to put Karrion Kross up against.
I don't know. I mean, how the hell am I supposed to focus with this fucking clown?
I'm done. Sorry, I got it all out.
Look at me, I'm Karrion Kross. Me.
He's having a fucking Sesame Street kind of fucking stroke over here.
He's having a meltdown, dude. He's having a bigger meltdown than when the Fiend got fucking disqualified in the Hell in a Cell match.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. He absolutely is. Honestly, I think Karrion Kross could go against somebody like what's his name? Maybe even a Bronson Reed. That'd be kind of cool to see the two of them. But I do think, unfortunately, Balor does get called up to the main roster. The main roster has been missing Balor for way too long. They need something like Balor to add on to the value that it's increasing right now, especially in a show like SmackDown. Say, for example, they bring them into SmackDown. That just makes SmackDown that much better of a show than over Raw. And Raw has been missing its steps over and over and over and over again.
Listen, no one will deny that Drew McIntyre has single-handedly carried Raw the entire year of 2020.
Absolutely, yeah.
But SmackDown is going to get a huge upgrade soon. So let's move into the main event so I can talk to you about the upgrade that SmackDown's going to get. Let's talk about the main event. This kid is having a spasm. All right, we're done talking about Karrion Kross. You ready?
Do we need to take him a Chili's? Put him on next No. We have a very good friend of ours that works at Chili's. I'll make sure he pours a drink.
I'm good.
No, we're good. All right, so let's do the main event, the unsanctioned match.
Yes.
KOR, Kyle O'Reilly beats Adam Cole. What a fucking match. Real quick, before we get into discussing the match as a whole, did you guys think the match was too long, or did you think it was just right?
Too long.
You do?
I feel like it was just right.
I think, obviously, you could have potentially cut down 5 minutes, but I think with the
I
story...
think you could have cut down 10.
Who hired this clown?
This kid.
Who hired fucking Krusty the Clown over here?
Listen, it was still a fantastic... I mean, I can try to get the hair to grow out and do the,
I mean, you already fucking got the fucking gamecock going on here.
The
You fucking chooch.
All right, so
nice hold on. Nice Xbox mic, you weenie.
This isn't an Xbox mic, you fucking cock.
I just wanted to silence. I was trying to think.
Boys. Let's talk about Empow. Let's talk about
It's an Empow.
Xbox.
Let's talk about the main event. Hunter, give me your thoughts on the match.
I just thought it ran too long. I mean, it was like 45 minutes. It was still good.
It was 40 minutes.
Whatever,
Wasn't
dude.
45.
What about entrances and the video package?
We don't count that. We count the match. So
Honestly,
honestly, dude,
video package.
Yeah, well, we see things differently, apparently. The right guy won. Kyle O'Reilly. There's another star coming out of the Undisputed Era. I wish you would. I don't have a car till tomorrow. Drive down here.
Who pissed on your
Right in
Cheerios
the
this morning?
cheeks. Nobody. Chipotle won't deliver right now, so I'm just mad. I can't get my dinner, dude. I'm acting up.
Call Nick's place, dude.
It keeps saying we're closed right now. Then it says hours, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And I'm like, oh, okay, 8:40. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Whatever, dude. Kyle O'Reilly, new star. Adam Cole's going to the main roster. Hopefully they don't screw it up. The ending I liked. It was a different finish with the knee drop and the chain around the knee and everything like that. Cole sold it like he got struck by lightning, even better. My favorite thing was when they went through the stage because I did not expect that at all. And it just told a great story. I did expect Strong and maybe Fish to get in there at some point, but I'm glad that they kept it just them two because they have the biggest beef. And now they go on.
See, I thought at the end there when O'Reilly's just standing there, I thought Roderick Strong was going to turn him around and them having a face-to-face, and that being the next.
Same.
But I think that still could happen. But I thought that was the highlight of the weekend. I mean, don't get me wrong, Walter and Tommaso Ciampa was very good, but the storytelling in that match, yes, some people thought it was too long. I thought it was just right. I thought I was looking at Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and I found the porridge that was just right, and that was that match.
I mean, I'm glad you tried something on your diet besides chicken fingers with the porridge. So
this fucking kid, dude.
Proud of you, dude.
It's a fucking. Oh my god. Diego, you got any thoughts on this match before it becomes a Jones and Diego episode again?
I just want to mute this guy.
Cut me, I dare you. You got nothing without me.
It's actually funny though because whenever I watch like Cole versus this guy.
Oh no! Yeah, no. I'm the one that needs to go. Really?
Versus Kyle O'Reilly. Every time I watch him,
this guy.
This fucking guy.
Oh my
fucking
god!
Guy.
We're gonna talk about Hungman. I understand this guy, but I'm fucking Kyle O'Reilly. Come on now.
Okay, that guy.
better.
They just kind of resemble me like an early version of like Drew McIntyre and King Barrett for some odd reason. Just appearances wise, they kind of remind me of it.
2 questions. 1, what drugs are you on? 2, where can I get them?
Good. We got him off the show. That was goal accomplished.
I'm still here.
Goal accomplished. That's the reason why I said it. I got a mean plan ahead of this, and that's why I said
it.
This guy. All right.
I'm going to Chili's.
And that was NXT TakeOver nights 1 and nights 2.
Real quick, you like the match? What do you think is going to happen with Adam Cole? I'm the one that said the most about it.
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, Adam Cole's going to SmackDown, baby. Just you wait.
Yeah.
Just you wait. Banger. First pay-per-view after WrestleMania. Seth Rollins, Adam Cole, baby. Let's go.
That's now, all right. Let me redeem myself at the end of this episode here. I know I'm acting up. I'm sorry. Yeah. Just to end it, to wrap it up, we still got 2 more nights of action-packed craziness for WrestleMania weekend. I know we talked about everything ahead of time, but I want to know your pick for the match of the weekend as far as the 2 WrestleManias go and your dud for the weekend. Go. And I'm pointing at one of you, so.
All right. Match of the weekend, Sasha Banks versus Belair. It's just been highly anticipated. It's one of those matches that I think can potentially take the women's division to that next level that they've been dying to get.
Mm-hmm. Match that officially got announced as the main event of night
as the
1.
main event. Yes, sir.
Yep.
And I think the dud is actually going to be. I hate to say this, but it's going to be it's going to be the Bad Bunny versus Miz match. Like it's just such a pointless match. I'm just
tag team match now, dude.
I'm just like,
yeah.
I'm just like, get them the fuck off the screen, please. Get these two fucking little
speaking
gerbils.
high praise of them like 4 days ago.
Bad Bunny needs to stick to music, and Miz needs to stick to his fucking dumpster life. All right?
Hey, ho ho.
That feud has got to go.
Yes.
Heck yeah, baby.
Go get Maurice pregnant or something. Just do
Have
something.
a son, do your thing. Have a son.
Honestly, to be completely honest with you, I think my match at WrestleMania is definitely the triple threat for the WWE title with Bryan, Edge, and Roman Reigns. I think it's going to be a lot better than people expect. And I think low-key it has potential to steal the show on night 2 as the main event.
I just hope to God that somebody like fucking Edge doesn't fuck it up.
Edge is gonna win, and I'm the only one that said it. Yep, they had the betting odds in Vegas switch to Edge. So.
I can't wait until Daniel Bryan wins and I hit you with a kick right in the mouth.
Hit him with a coquina clutch.
I you act like I won't counter that into a knee bar. Come on, bro.
You damn right. That's why I'm wearing my knee brace, both knees. I think honestly my dud is going to be the Raw Tag Team title match between Styles and Omos and the New Day.
Yeah,
I think the New Day will make it entertaining, but if Omos can't wrestle and it's relying on AJ Styles, I think at the end of it, it's not going to be as great as people would like it to be.
I think you're right. I think that's not going to be my dud. I think the dud's going to be the Fiend and Randy Orton. I love the hype. I mean, someone's going to get shot with fire again, I'm sure. I don't know how you're going to make this into like an actual match in a ring with all these people in front of it. Like how can the Fiend, who just got burnt to a crisp, coming back as this crazy crispy villain, not beat Orton in like 10 seconds? He's going to be in there and beat the crap out of him. I just don't understand how it can't be a squash match. So I think it's going to be a huge fail unless they do.
We'll see.
But in my match of the weekend is going to be Ripley and Oscar. I hope they get the time they deserve, but that has the potential to just be I think it's going to steal the show for that night too.
Yep.
Another dud potentially. Personally, Braun and Shane McMahon in the steel cage match.
I don't even consider that a feud or anything. That I'm gonna probably go for a run.
That's a commercial.
That's how much
break.
I hate it.
That's a lie, Hardiman, because it's on night 1 and you know what we're doing before the show.
I'm going on a run. I don't care how much alcohol I've consumed.
Thanks for the invite, guys. I appreciate it.
You said you were busy.
You didn't even invite me, you
I
fucking
didn't.
little
You're right.
circle
I
of jerk.
didn't even text you, if we're being honest. What'd you call it? A cylinder of germs?
That too,
circle of jerks.
You want to be part of this circle jerk, Diego?
Dude, Diego, I'm telling you right now, you do not want to be part of this circle jerk, man.
Now that it's open for everyone in the world to see, if you want to come, you can come. Whatever, dude. Forcing my hand.
No wonder even Chipotle is rejecting your mouth right now. That guacamole is about to go fucking sour.
All right. No, we're calling it. Someone's gonna get into a fight. I'm calling it now.
I'm ready.
Episode 7 in the books. Make sure you guys are following everything on Twitter. The podcast at Suplex Biddies. Diego at Diego_the DJ. Hanneman at Andrew Honeybuns. HUNNY Buns BUNZ. Nope, getting S.
No. This is an AIM in 2008, dude. I don't have a Z at the end of my name.
Make sure you're following me at CJones21212. Obviously, you don't have to. But again, thank you. Shout out to Couch Guy Sports. You see Internet one time. Go check out what they're doing. A lot of good content on there. A lot of product.
A lot of clickable clicks in that interface right there on that homepage.
I hate this kid so much. Signing off. See you guys next week.
Oh, God help us all.